Look at this beautiful monster. It's called the Pumpkin Pie Snowy from the Human Bean, and I haven't tried it before, so oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I can't keep the camera stable to save my life. Welcome to my vlog. It's been a hot minute since I've recorded anything. I have been working 10-hour days for the last 2 weeks and suddenly have very little time for anything outside of work. So it's been a little rough, but I'm here. I have a 3-day weekend, possibly 4. I need to look into this. I'm hearing rumors that I don't have to work on Monday either, which would be swell. And then I can spend all weekend reading. So my plan is to go home and finish the book that I'm currently reading, which is They Threw Us Away. Can't remember. There's a bug on me. I can't remember the author of that off the top of my head, and it's on my phone and I'm filming on my phone, but I will put in the image here. And I'm almost done with it. This is the middle grade monthly pick for Jade and Gav's middle grade book club, and so far it is like nothing I have ever read before. It is completely creepy, but sad and strange and eerie, and I'm really enjoying it. It's really weird. It's weird and it's great. I'm going to do my very first ever 24-hour readathon this weekend because I have no plans and I desperately need to get started on my reading. I have not filmed my October TBR yet. That is also on my plan for this weekend, and I'm glad that I didn't because I actually went to the library here for the first time. I just moved a few months ago and haven't gotten around to getting my library card yet, and I went in there and I found a huge pile of books that I've been wanting to read that are all wonderfully spooky and perfect for October. So I will be completely revamping my TBR and then filming that, editing a couple of other things I have in the works, but my primary goal for this weekend is to finish a bunch of books. So wish me luck. I will update you in a bit. I am about ready to film a different video, but I just finished They Threw Us Away and I wanted to share my thoughts. I was unexpectedly emotional about the end of this story. I think it is partially because I've been weirdly emotional today anyway. I watched How to Train Your Gavin's Believe-a-thon announcement this morning, and I teared up towards the end when I was seeing all of my favorite children's authors doing their little bits in that video, and I was like, ah. I had all the feels and I cried just a tiny bit. And I'm not normally super weepy like that, so I think I'm feeling a little emotional today. But the ending of that book really got me in the feels. I kind of had a roller coaster of feelings about this book while I was reading it. When I first started reading it, I was hooked right away. Like, I was definitely really intrigued as soon as I started reading it. But I was kind of going between a 2 and a 3 stars because, I don't know, it was just weird and it was nothing like I'd read before ever. And I was just, I don't know. I didn't know how I felt about it. But I think I'm gonna end up giving this book a 4-star, actually. It's the first in a series. I think it's the Teddy saga. And personally, a little side note, teddy bears were my favorite toy when I was a kid. Like, I had this teddy that I just named Teddy that I carried with me everywhere, literally. And I used to collect teddy bears. And so I think that maybe it hit a little bit close to home for me, which is why I ended up loving it so much. But yeah, there was some really gruesome parts, but it was strange because they were teddy bears, so it wasn't really gory, but it still felt gory and graphic. Yeah, it's definitely a creepy one. It's definitely one for the spooky October season. It's definitely one for making you feel uncomfortable and not really sure what's happening. And I am actually looking forward to reading the second book. I don't know if it's out yet. I'm gonna have to look that up because I might have to read the next one this month as well. We'll see. I am currently joined by my two cats. They're sitting here. I don't know if I can show you them. One is on top of my printer and the other is literally sitting like right on the bottom of my tripod, and I can't show you her, but that's the first book of October done, and hopefully one of many to come this weekend. So I will update you in a little bit after I finish this and get started for real on my 24-hour readathon. But I wanted to tell you my thoughts on that book. If you are part of the middle grade monthly book club and you're going to be reading it in October, please comment and let me know how you felt about it, because I'm really interested to see if other people like it as much as I did, or if I'm just weird because I love teddy bears. Anyway, I will catch up with you guys later. I apologize for the lighting, but the sun feels so nice. It's been kind of strange weather. I mean, it's fall weather, really cold in the mornings and still kind of warm in the afternoon. Anyway, I am officially starting my 24-hour readathon. So, it is currently, I need my glasses to see the time. What time is it? 3:55. So, I will be going from 4 o'clock today, which is Friday afternoon, to 4 o'clock tomorrow, which is Saturday. I'm going to try and sleep as little as possible, but I am a human that needs sleep, or else I get quite cranky and have difficult time functioning. Also, I'm turning 30 in October. I'm not old, but I'm not super young anymore, and being sleep deprived for 24 hours is not my idea of fun. But I'm in desperate need to get some reading done. So, starting now, I currently have on Spoopathon sprints. I missed the kind of launch of Spoopathon. It's a week late now. But I enjoy going back and watching the sprints after they've happened, because I can still use them to get a lot of stuff done, a lot of reading done. So I am curled up in bed with my computer and my book. I'm going to be finally finishing this one, A Court of Mist and Fury. This is going to be the beginning of my Spoopathon haunted mansion, haunted house escape route. This is a book that was gifted to me by my dear friend Sierra. You've seen her in my vlogs before. I'm stretching this prompt just a tiny bit because this is not actually my book. She's letting me borrow it, but I still kind of consider it a gift because I've had it for months now and have been really needing to read it. I read the first one in June or July and really, really loved it. I read the beginning of this, hit some PTSD representation in here that was a little rough, especially with some of the things I was going through at the time, so I had to set it aside. But I'm in a much better place now and really, really wanting to finish this, and I feel like it's spooky enough and dark enough to fit my October TBR, and I'm really excited to get this done. So this is my number one priority in this next 24 hours. I'm hoping to be able to finish this and then possibly move on to Small Spaces. It's by Katherine Arden. It's an audiobook that I've had on Libby for a little while, and it is the book club pick for Gavin at How to Train Your Gavin. So I would like to read that next before it gets kicked off of my Libby. So those are my two goals for this 24 hours. We'll see if we can do it. quick update. I am now on page 214 in A Court of Mist and Fury, and it's so good. Like I said before, I read the first one in the summer, and I had to stop reading this because some of the trauma and the things that Feyre struggles with in this story parallel really closely to the things that I still struggle with and have struggled with over the last year. And I'm in a much better place now, and I'm just finding that similarity and connection really meaningful and beautiful, I think. So I have really, really high hopes for this one. I did give ACOTAR 5 stars. I feel like this is going to be another 5-star read for me. If I could give it higher than, I think it might be like a higher 5-star than A Court of Thorns and Roses, but I don't know for sure. Because like I said, I'm not very far in. It's a pretty hefty book. So I have been reading for about an hour and a half now. I am finishing up the Spoopathon sprints, and I'll probably put on another set of sprints. And then when it gets dark, I'm planning on filming my October TBR and then getting straight back to reading. So wish me luck. I just realized that I haven't actually given a synopsis for this book, so I'm gonna do that now. This is the second book in the series. I don't know if it actually has a name. Everyone just calls it ACOTAR, right? A Court of Thorns. When I say Thrones, A Court of Thorns and Roses. And I can't really tell you much about this book without giving away spoilers for the first book. But it is essentially a fantasy romance that takes place in a world called Prythian? Where's my map? Prythian. Let's see if I can show you. It looks like this. I don't know how much of that you can see. A young woman named Feyre is living with her family on the edge of the border between the human world and the Fey world. And she is starving with her sisters and her father, and she struggles to provide for them. And unknowingly, she ends up hunting and killing a wolf, which is actually a fairy. So in order to make amends for this error, she is forced to travel and cross the border into the fairy realm and live with the elf lord of the Spring Court. It's basically a retelling of the Beauty and the Beast, and it goes on from there. It's more complicated than just a simple retelling, and it takes on a life of its own, but it sort of begins in that vein. And I absolutely love the series. It is well loved. It is a staple of the book community. Most people who enjoy books are in love with this. This is a technically classified as a YA young adult novel, but I think kind of borders between adult and young adult. And I just haven't got to it. I never really jumped on the Sarah J. Maas train. I tried reading, I'm gonna injure my neck trying to sit like this. I tried reading the Throne of Glass series and wasn't very into it when I first started, and so I just never gave Sarah J. Maas another chance, and I'm really glad that I did. This was a recommendation from a very close friend of mine, and I'm loving them so far. So if you have not ever read these, go ahead and check them out. I highly recommend them. I am taking a mini reading break and eating tater tots and chicken nuggets, the dinner of champions. And drinking a glass of wine, of course, because gotta be classy. I am on chapter 27, which is page 271 in my book. I am a little under halfway through. It is about 10 o'clock, so I still have a lot of time for reading. So far it's been lovely. I have switched over and I am now watching Ashley's from Frolic Through Fiction's Dark Academia themed sprints, which is very cool. I got some candles lit and curled up with a blanket and put on a Dark Academia ASMR and have just been vibing. It's been very nice. So far, I'm still really enjoying the book. Like I said, there's not much I can tell you about it, unfortunately, without giving away spoilers, but it has a very dark feel. Like the struggles with her trauma and the night court is where she's currently at with the High Fae Reese. I love how their relationship is developing. Personally, I enjoy sapphic romances more, but I am finding the romance in this particular story very, very satisfying, so loving that aspect as well. And I'm looking forward to reading more, so I will finish up my very late dinner and continue reading. This book is so good. It hits me directly in the feels. I feel like the representation of PTSD and processing trauma and feelings and events and gaslighting and all of those things is so well done in this novel. I just read a really beautiful part. And I gotta tell you, I'm falling in love with this relationship with Reese and Feyre. I know that I've heard lots of people say that there are problematic parts of it as well, and I can see that too. But he's quite seductive. I'm loving it. I love how the really heavy parts are balanced out pretty well with moments of humor. That helps a lot. Hello. It is now almost 6 a.m. and I just finished A Court of Mist and Fury. I had a moment of fury at the end. This book was really good. I'm going to give it 5 stars. I'm pretty sure it's going to be 5 stars. I'm really sleep deprived at the moment, so we'll see if I change my mind, but I don't think I will. It really, like I said in my little clips previously, oh yeah, there's Miyuki. Hi. I said in my previous clips that the mental health representation was really good, and I really enjoyed that, and I really started falling for the relationship with Reese and Feyre. It was really good. Definitely not a YA novel. I'm not sure why people have said in the past. Sorry, traffic outside. I'm not sure why people have said in the past this is a YA novel, because it's definitely not a YA novel. There is way too much smut in this book for it to be YA novel. Parts of it were nice. Like, I enjoy smut as a rule, but I really am not a fan of heterosexual smut. I really prefer queer smut. And so it kind of lost me at that part. But that's just a personal preference, obviously. I really loved it. So, there's a part at the very end, and if you've read the book, you'll probably know what part I'm talking about. But I got so mad that I like slapped my book really hard and like closed it, and my poor cats were sleeping on the foot of my bed, and I scared the shit out of them. They just like ran out of my room and didn't come back for a while, and I felt really bad. But I got really mad at the end, and I was like, I'm not gonna read the third book if this actually happens. And then it didn't happen, and I was fine. But there was a moment where I was really upset. So that's one book down in my 24-hour readathon. That was like a hefty book. It was almost 700 pages, which I didn't realize going into it. I mean, I knew it was really big. It's 626 pages. And I just read that in the span of, from 4 to 6? So 10 hours straight of reading. I am going to go to bed for a couple of hours and then get up and start reading Small Spaces by Katherine Arden. I will update you guys in a little bit. Hello from my friend's car. It is now afternoon. I think it's 12:30. I had planned to have finished a lot of my audiobook, but I ended up talking to my mom for a while on the phone, and that was really good, but it took up a lot of time. So I am in my car. I'm going to head to a park somewhere. Maybe I'll go to, I don't know where I'm going to go. I'm going to go somewhere pretty. I'm going to put in my earphones, and I'm going to listen to my audiobook while I go for a walk and just get out of my house for a little bit. Sitting for like 12 hours straight yesterday reading that book made me feel kind of stiff and sore. So I am going to get some movement in and listen to my book. It's a beautiful, warm, sunny day, so enjoy it while it lasts. I finished Small Spaces by Katherine Arden at around 3:20 while I was driving home from the park. And it was good. It was a solid 3 stars. I really enjoyed the storytelling aspect of it. It was very spooky. It was during the Halloween season. It had creepy scarecrows and like a creepy alternative reality and ghosts and a spooky mystery, and it was pretty good. It was pretty good. It was definitely pretty mild, which you would expect from a middle grade. It wasn't too spooky for me. I have heard that her second book, her other spooky book, which I can't recall the name of right now, I'll put it here, is more scary and more unnerving than Small Spaces. So I definitely want to read that at some point. If I can make it into this TBR, probably not, but maybe next year or during a summerween type thing for next year. So yeah, overall it was really good. I officially made it through my 24 hours. Now the trick is going to be to stay up late enough so that I didn't completely destroy my work sleep schedule, so I can wake up in the morning on Monday and not die. Wish me luck. I hope you guys all enjoyed this vlog. It was kind of impromptu, a little messy, not super planned, but I enjoyed filming it. I enjoyed doing it. It was my very first 24-hour reading vlog. Hopefully there will be many more to come. Give me a like if you liked this video, subscribe to my channel if you want to, and leave a comment below with ideas for 24-hour reading vlogs. What should I read next? I'll talk to you guys later.